One day I just got out of work and I was like, I want to pass by, it's Ramadan, I should. So I ended up taking my shahada. And I came home and I was like, told him, I was like, I'm a Muslim now.
Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Welcome to our channel. Today, we have a captivating story to share with you. Join us as we dive into a personal journey of self-discovery and faith. From a Cuban-Romanian background to embracing Islam, this incredible transformation will inspire and enlighten you. Stay tuned for an insightful exploration of culture, religion, and the power of finding one's path. Someone finally asked, and I was desperate for someone to ask. Seriously, I was dying for somebody else to ask because I've been dying to tell this story. First, let me provide a little background about myself. I am of Cuban-Romanian descent. My father is Romanian and Turkish, while my mother is Cuban and traces her ancestry back to Libyans who migrated to Cuba. Despite this heritage, I was not raised in Islam. Instead, I was brought up in Catholicism, while my father followed a different religion that I cannot quite name in English. When I moved to the United States and started high school, I began learning about Islam through my Arab Muslim friends. They introduced me to their culture and beliefs, and one of my Egyptian friends graciously took me to the JAMA, mosque, where I started spending time and gaining knowledge. Unfortunately, I had to leave the JAMA when I had to move back to my home country. As a result, for more than 2 years, I was completely disconnected from Islam. During that time, I engaged in many activities considered haram, forbidden, and went through a period of personal turmoil that strayed from the righteous path that Allah would have wanted for me. Fast forward to 2020 when I returned to the US, partly because I did not want to be stuck in Cuba during a pandemic. In 2022, Ramadan arrived. Although my partner is not a Muslim, he expressed interest in Islam. Consequently, I began teaching him bits and pieces of Islam that I remembered from my time at the JAMA when I was 16. One day, after finishing work, I decided to pass by the JAMA. It was Ramadan, and I felt compelled to do so. That day, I recited the Shahada, declaring my faith, and came home to share the news with my partner. I told him, I am a Muslim now. To my delight, both he and my best friend, who is a Muslim, have been incredibly supportive throughout this journey. I am immensely grateful for their unwavering support and my best friend's teachings about Islam, which have expanded my knowledge and understanding. Almost every night, I make an effort to read the Quran because I believe it brings me closer to God and imparts valuable lessons. Personally, I converted to Islam because it makes me feel protected, cared for, and instructs me in matters of modesty. Islam has taught me about the traditional roles of women in society, and I want to emphasize that one of the biggest misconceptions about Islam is the perception that only women are expected to be modest. Modesty is equally expected from men, and it encompasses respect for women, a fundamental principle in Islam. I wholeheartedly embrace this concept. I would also like to emphasize that the prevailing notions of modesty in today's society differ greatly from what Islam teaches. Islam encourages individuals to stand out and be distinct, promoting self-respect and a different way of life. In conclusion, my journey to Islam has been a transformative experience. It has provided me with a sense of security, care, and a deeper understanding of modesty and respect. I am grateful for the unwavering support of my partner and best friend, as well as the teachings I have received. Islam continues to guide me on a path of self-discovery and self-respect, setting me apart from societal norms. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe now for a daily dose of real stories.